Well, it is my absolute pleasure right now to be catching up with the one and only Missy Higgins. Thank you so much for joining me.
No worries. Thanks for having me.
Can I just ask you, is Sabrina Carpenter one of your favourite artists right now? Because you've been doing a fair few covers on your TikTok.
I have. It's true. I love her new album. Yeah, I'm such a fan of like, you know, a lot of pop music, Taylor Swift and Chappell Roan and Sabrina Carpenter. I just think there's so many amazing young females that are just killing it in the pop music scene at the moment. So yeah, I really enjoy her music, and it's just very fun to play too.
Yeah, especially this one. It's blown up. It went absolutely viral.
Now I'm gone, but you're still laying next to me. 1 degree of separation. I heard you back together.
This is a personal fave, and to this day, I've still got this on repeat. It is so good. Can we expect any covers to be performed live at any shows coming up?
I don't know, actually. I mean, we might do a Sabrina Carpenter song. We might do a Troye Sivan song. We usually just kind of decide it the day before and whatever we're feeling. So, yeah, and we also kind of suss out the crowd too and see what we feel like they'd be up for.
Yeah, absolutely. And I also wanted to touch on as well, you've actually been trying to relearn the words to the Special 2. That is such a huge, iconic song, but are there a few words that you kind of change every time? Is that right?
Yeah, I never seem to sing the right words to the Special 2. I don't know why, but I just get a few very pivotal words in the chorus mixed up every time, and I have for 20 years. And it's funny because I feel like the real fans in the front row of the audience are always getting it right, and I see this kind of confused look on their face when their words don't match up with mine, and they're like, "Hang on, did I get it wrong?" And I feel like saying to them, "Don't worry, no, I'm sure you've got it right. I can't get them the right way around, even after all this time." Yeah.
Was there a moment when it kind of started happening, or, it just kind of just happened one day and from then it just, yeah? I
have no idea. I only realised, at the Arias last year that I'd been singing it wrong. So I think I've just been singing it wrong forever, probably since I recorded it.
Oh, I love that. Well, such a big, wild moment for me as well, because the very first album I ever owned was a Missy Higgins one. It was the Sound of White, and you can bet I was blasting it in my bedroom, making up dance routines to it. Can you believe how long ago you released that one?
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I mean, last year I played, that album in its entirety at every show, and it was amazing to be reliving those songs, and some of them, the first song off the album I wrote when I was 15, so they're really, really old now. But it feels really, really lovely that so many people have kept that album with them all these years, and that they still really love listening to it.
Is there an artist for you that you grew up listening to that, maybe you were in your bedroom making up dance routines that really stands out for you?
Growing up, I loved so many. I mean, I went through a real Spice Girls phase. I remember that. I had a Spice Girls poster above my bed when I was like 14. And then I was like really into grunge in my teenage years. I loved Hole and Nirvana and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Who else? Well, I got really into the Waifs towards the end of high school. They were a huge influence on me. So, yeah, I mean, I just remember having specific albums and just playing them over and over again, and sitting on my bed and reading all the lyrics in the lyric sleeve, and some really special relationships with music back then.
Yeah, I feel like it's not the same anymore, is it? Where you kind of had the album and you read through the lyrics. It's kind of a little bit different these days on, you can just, pop it on Spotify, everything like that. A bit more convenient, but I don't know, you just had that connection with that album growing up.
Yeah, it's nice because you'd listen to an album from start to finish, and often the album, would tell a story. But yeah, we have much more of a kind of a single song, way of listening to music now. But I still do albums. Lots of people still do albums. They're still out there. You just got to make an effort to go out and find them.
Yeah, that's it. Well, you're actually here in Launceston this Saturday. It is actually also International Women's Day on Saturday. I've been talking about this one all week, talking about people who, you know, inspire you, have made a huge impact on your life. Do you have anyone that kind of comes to mind when you think of, you know, an inspiring woman in your life?
Oh, I've got so many inspiring women in my life. Like, I've got a really close group of girlfriends, and we all hang out regularly, go away together regularly, and we're all mums, and so we've kind of gone through this big mum journey together ever since our 20s, and it's just so amazing to have my girlfriends. Like, I feel like everything else comes and goes, but your girlfriends are the ones that they're there for you always, and I know that we'll be friends until we're old and grey, and it's a beautiful thing. I think it's just the most precious thing to hold on to.
Yeah, I think it's so important to have friends, and to find like ones that you actually really connect to as well is sometimes really hard to find. But when, you know, you've got a good group of friends, you can, you know, pretty much say anything to, you trust them. It's just really good to have, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. I think it's definitely the most important thing.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we're super pumped to have you come down to Launceston this Saturday. It is for the Summer Salt Festival. Missy Higgins, thank you so much for joining me.
No worries. Thanks, Jackie. Nice to chat.